Alright, in today's video I'm going to be doing a tabletop review of the Palmetto State Armory AR lower receiver. Now this particular one I purchased and it was listed as a blemished model. Palmetto sells these for roughly $99 for normal ones, and blemished ones are $69.99. I've bought a few of both, and honestly, with these blemished ones, when they show up, you have to look at them really close, and I can't find any blemishes that really stand out. I know when some manufacturers sell a blemished lower, it might have some issues with the roll marks or the etching. The depth may vary, or there could be scratches or machining marks that haven't been polished out. But for the most part, with the Palmetto, I have not seen anything that would lead me to believe that this is a blemished lower, which is a good thing. For $69.99, this is a great buy for a milspec receiver. And Palmetto advertises this as a milspec lower, and if what they say about the manufacturing process is correct, would be considered a milspec lower. It is a forged 775 T6 aluminum. You can see it's stamped multi-caliber model PA15, and carries an LW series serial number, and obviously I have the rest of the serial number blacked out with tape. The finish is a black hard coat anodized finish, and that's per mil specification. I believe it's MIL-8625 Type 3 Class 2. One thing to note, obviously this does seem to be an issue for some people, these are high shelf lowers. For most of us, that's not an issue unless you're, going to do an RDIS or something like that. But this particular LW series lower is high shelf. I've purchased a few of these and for different people, but I've not actually built one of these out. And this particular one here, I'm going to build into a full Palmetto State Armory rifle. And I'm going to do, I'll do some videos of the build process of this. So stay tuned for that. I'll be using a Palmetto State Armory lower parts kit, a Palmetto State Armory upper barrel assembly, buffer tube, etc. One thing I should note about Palmetto that I have noticed is that the colors of their uppers and their lowers seem they tend to be more of a dark blackish gray color, and comparing it to like a Spikes or a Seekins, the Spikes and the Seekins is a much darker black. So if you take one of these lowers and put it and match it with a Spikes upper, the upper is going to be darker than the lower receiver. That's the issue that I've noticed. Now that's definitely not a functional problem. That's just a pure cosmetic issue. If you're that type of a person where that would bother you, keep that in mind. When I use Palmetto uppers, it's probably best you match them to a Palmetto lower so you get the color consistency. And that's just my personal opinion, because those sort of little things kind of bother me for whatever reason. So let's see, what else can I tell you about this lower? It has fire and safe markings on it, and Palmetto State Armory, Columbia, South Carolina. We have the Palmetto logo roll mark over here. You can see this has a beveled mag well. I have tested these with many different types of aluminums, steel magazines, as well as the PMags, Gen 2 and the Gen 3s. I don't have any issues with any of the magazines going into the mag well or dropping free of the mag well. But that's just preliminary testing with a raw receiver like this. And this one I'm actually going to be building out into a complete rifle. So, you know, the threading back here for the buffer tube, got no rough areas on the threading. All of the holes appear to be very well machined. I really can't fault this lower at all, and as much as I look at it, I still can't find anything that would tell me that this is a blem. You know, got some little some grease marks and some other little marks on here from handling with my hands, so I put my gloves on, keep the fingerprints off of it. So for $69.99, this is a great buy. I do believe these LW marked lower receivers are made by Aero Precision, but Palmetto won't confirm or deny who manufactures their parts for them. So consider that information third-party hearsay information, and it may or may not be 100% accurate. So let's see if we can yeah, there's just, if you're considering buying a lower, you know, if you're looking at like a Yankee Hill for $180, I personally, I've bought a lot of Yankee Hills. I wouldn't buy a Yankee Hill to build my own rifle, not at $180 when you can get this for $70. I don't know, I'm pretty cost conscious when it comes to these sort of things, and I'm not an FFL, so when I buy one of these, I have to have it sent to my local FFL dealer. They charge me a $30 fee plus tax. So this $70 receiver ended up being, I don't know, $110, $115 when it's all said and done. So figure, take a $180 receiver, add $30 on that plus tax, and you know, we're at $230 or so, give or take, for basically the same type of product, the same milspec T775, T6 forged lower. So if I had a spikes upper, like I mentioned, I would not use this with the spikes upper because of the color variance. I would get the spikes lower receiver. So I'm going to wrap this video up because I just don't have much else to talk about. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a look-see at the Palmetto State Armory blemished lower receiver and let you guys know that at least mine arrived with no visible marks or anything that I could even consider a blemish. No scratches or anything of that nature. It doesn't look like it's been used or had a buffer tube mounted to it or takedown pins installed, nothing like that. The inside is smooth, anodized. So I think going forward, when I build Palmetto, all Palmetto based rifles, I'm going to get their blemished lowers whenever possible. I actually was going to buy 3 or 4 of these, but I wanted to try one first, try a blem and see what it looked like, and I'm very happy at this point. So my next order, I'll probably order 3 or 4 of these and match them up with Palmetto parts and call it good. So hopefully that helps you guys out that are on the fence about purchasing one of these. I think you'll, for the most part, be very happy with your purchase if you do get one of these blemished lower receivers from Palmetto.